Well, hey guys, and welcome back. It's a beautiful spring day, and while I'm waiting for things to dry up at the cabin, I decided to get out and get some range time in, do a little target practice. I'm going to be shooting a lot of practical pistol competitions this summer, and this will be what I'm using. This is absolutely my favorite 9mm of all time. This is the Walther PPQM2 Navy Edition, and this is just an amazing gun. So let's take a closer look at it, and then let's come back out and have some more fun. This is the Walther PPQM2 Navy Edition. So first, let's do a safety check. Magazine, chambers clear. So before we look at the controls of the gun, first of all, the difference between the M2 and the M1. The M2 has the American style mag release, and the M1 would have the European style paddle release. Okay, and the difference between the Navy Edition and the regular PPQ is simple. So I'm just going to break this gun down. This one happens to have a threaded barrel. Okay, so we did clear it, because you do have to pull the trigger to break it down. So pull the trigger. You basically just pull down on this and slide that off. Okay, so there's two things that are different. First of all, you have a stronger spring. And the second thing is, see this hole right here? There's actually a hole right here. This is to drain water out. So if you're operating in a marine environment and you have your gun wet, or you have your gun underwater or whatever, it'll still function perfectly fine. And of course, to break it down all the way is that simple. Now let's look at the gun itself. So the first thing that you're going to notice when you pick up this gun are the ergonomics. The ergonomics are everything that they're reported to be. It's absolutely amazing gun to pick up. As soon as you put it in your hand, it just fits perfectly. It feels like it just belongs in your hand. It's absolutely amazing. Very well done, Walther. Okay, so all the controls are ambidextrous, and so if you're a left-handed shooter, you won't have any problem. Of course, the slide lock is nice and big. It's easy to get a hold of, and it's very aggressive, so it's easy to operate. Has nice serrations front and rear. Okay. Got a nice positive feel to it, positive grip. It does come with 3 back straps. So if you have small, big hands, or somewhere's in between. The trigger guard is actually bigger than most guns. So let's do a quick comparison. So this is the Glock 20. This is a 10mm. But if you line up the triggers, as you can see, there's a lot more room in the PPQ trigger guard. Same as if you put it on this Smith & Wesson, same thing. Okay. So if you're wearing gloved hands or whatever, or you can even wear very heavy gloves, you'll have no problem getting your finger on that trigger. So the mag release on this gun is amazing. I'm going to insert a magazine. And when I press the button, it literally spits it right out into my hand. And that's with the gun completely horizontal. No problem. Let's try that with the Glock. So this is the Glock. Insert. Gun is horizontal. And that's it. You have to literally pull the magazine out. The trigger is absolutely amazing. So let's look at the trigger next. The trigger is probably the best part of this entire gun. It is the best striker fired trigger out of the box, I would say, on the market. Here's the trigger. It's about a 5-pound pull. Has a bit of take up, hits a wall, and then a very crisp break. And the reset is even better. Reset is right there, very audible. And then it's just 1/8 of an inch. Hit that wall. Bang. The trigger is absolutely amazing. And when you shoot it, you really get a feel for it. How I mean, they just did an amazing job.